Due to the spread of misinformation, fake advice, and hoaxes, the recent coronavirus pandemic has birthed some interesting conspiracy theories as to where the virus actually originated from. My name is Jamie and welcome to MediaViral, where we are going to count down the 10 most bizarre coronavirus conspiracy theories out there. Before we get started, if you're new around here, then please make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to never miss an upload, and like the video for more weekly list videos. With all that out the way, let's get straight into the list with the number 10 spot, which is going to be made in a Chinese lab. It might come as a shock to you to find out that 1 in 5 Brits believe that COVID-19 originated inside of a laboratory inside of China. It is believed to be genetically engineered by scientists for population control measures. As the world's population exponentially grows, the more something needs to be done about population control. Governments will be faced with exceedingly more difficult challenges, such as having enough housing for its citizens, enough food for everyone, or even just enough room for everyone to live comfortably. Such is the case in the UK. If you live in a large city, then you feel like there almost isn't any space at all to move. So to combat these issues would mean only one thing: lower the population via natural selection. Bringing out a man-made virus and letting it just pan out would result in a considerable amount of deaths, which we are currently seeing. At some point, the government will release the vaccine and all will be restored back to normal, apart from the hundreds of thousands of deaths, maybe even millions if this death toll continues. In at number 9 is the biblical harbinger of doom. In Revelation 6:2-8, famine and plague was mentioned in a vague manner when discussing the 4 horsemen. People are interpreting the 4 horsemen as pestilence, war, famine, and death. Also pay attention to the fact that the book of Revelations is the last book in the Bible. It's no surprise that people are almost always going to attribute religion with any bad event, and those who do really need to read between the lines to get anything out of it that would relate to current events. Even so, there are still a group of people right now who believe the Bible had predicted this apocalypse thousands of years ago, and this will be the end of humanity. In at number 8 is 5G. With the new advancement of phone technology creeping towards 5G, little is known about it. Will it cause cancer? Will it be strong enough to support self-driving cars? Is it the cause of a coronavirus? Well, that's what is now circulating past the internet, with people certain that the newly installed 5G towers to help give us faster than ever mobile data are actually COVID-19 banks, which releases the virus to the masses. In at number 7 is Greta Thunberg. Greta Thunberg is a young climate change and environmental activist with a very split audience of they either like her or hate her. With being a big climate change activist, one of the main points of discussion is going to be pollution. Pollution caused by cars, planes, trains, and just about everything else that humans do on a day-to-day basis. With China being the number 1 country contributing towards pollution by a mile, and the fact that China are so bad with their factories creating pollution that China was single-handedly responsible for ripping a hole in the ozone layer. So some of the haters of Thunberg have come up with the conspiracy theory that she herself, a 17-year-old Swedish girl, created and released the virus to the public, all for the sole purpose to get countries locked down and to let nature take a breath and recover from all the years worth of pollution and damage caused by humans. Although this one is a stretch to think that it was one person who created this virus, it's not so far-fetched to believe that somebody or some government created this for environmental benefits. In at number 6 is hand sanitizer profit. Okay, so do you know why or how days like Mother's Day, Father's Day, Valentine's Day, etc. were created? They were created by card companies as a way to make more money. Nothing more to it. When one of these days are approaching, card companies and flower shops around the world will put up the price of their stock in order to make a big profit in a short amount of time. And even though this is a known fact by many, you still feel bad if you didn't buy your mum a card, as it's seen as a kind thing to get her on Mother's Day. With a similar mindset, people are coming up with a conspiracy that hand sanitizer companies need more sales, so they resulted to poisoning the entire world with this deadly virus which will kill thousands, market the virus as being spread due to poor hygiene, and hand sanitizer will help prevent the spread, and right there you will have all the hand sanitizer you can think of sold out in every store and supermarket. In at number 5 is Netflix. Do you find it odd that almost at the same time that these countries started to be locked down by coronavirus, Netflix releases their newest Netflix original series, Pandemic? Well, this has grabbed the attention of many whom now claim that Netflix must be behind the creation of COVID-19 as a way to get people to watch their new series Pandemic, and in general to watch more Netflix whilst locked up inside with nothing else to do. Pandemic is a series talking about how to prevent such an event. This theory probably wouldn't be believed by as many as it currently is if it wasn't for the fact that it was the #1 watch series on Netflix the first week of release. In at number 4 is Disney Plus. Disney has been around for 96 years, known by practically everybody for one reason or another. Having many successful theme parks around the world, one of the biggest media companies in the world, and with the net worth of $130 billion, you would think that Disney wouldn't need to pull off some kind of pandemic to capitalize on more money, but some believe they would. Disney Plus is a service recently released to the public, conveniently around the same time the virus started to lock down countries around the world. The theory states that Disney created the virus to keep people locked up inside, and given the new option to watch Disney products, they will spend their money on a Disney Plus subscription, and thus Disney, with its massive fan base who love their films, will profit enormously from this. In at number 3 is COVID from space. This is another guaranteed theory. Whenever something big like this happens, you know for a fact somebody's going to claim that aliens brought it to Earth. This is no different, and currently there are people who believe that it was brought here by aliens or that it came from outer space via a meteor. It's believed that a meteor carrying the coronavirus hit China in October 2019 and waited on the meteor until it was discovered and handled by a human, unknowingly touching the virus and being the first person to catch this foreign disease. However, there are no official reports of a meteor hitting China in this time frame, though some do believe that the Chinese government are hiding the truth behind the meteor crash. In at number 2 is giant lasagna. This has got to be one of the more bizarre theories on this list. So the theory goes that the UK government are wanting to bake a Wembley Stadium sized lasagna, and the only way to do this without people finding out? Simple. Create and release a deadly virus that will keep everybody inside so they can't just wander the streets and stumble upon a 150-meter lasagna, which is, by the way, inside the actual stadium. Apparently, the UK government are using drones to drop sheets of pasta into the stadium from above to help create this bake. But the question here would be, why would the UK wait out the beginning of the pandemic before introducing lockdown? Maybe they were just waiting for all the ingredients. And another thing is that this has become so well known now that there is also a parody Instagram account based around this. And in at the #1 spot is going to be garlic bread. Okay, so probably birthed from the original lasagna theory, this theory states that the French government wants to bake a gargantuan garlic bread the size of the Channel Tunnel, waiting for the opportune time for the UK to leave the EU so that they didn't have to share half the garlic bread with the UK. That's literally all there is to this theory. Do you know of any other coronavirus conspiracy theories that I missed out in this video? Comment them down below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more weekly videos, turn on notifications to be notified of a new video, and comment any suggestions down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.